Good morning, everybody. What is happening? What is going on? My name is Mitch Modin. I am a professional decathlete down here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, training for the Olympics. I'm an Oregon native. I moved down here strictly to train for the Olympics with the Phoenix Track Club. So we're down here with a couple of professional hurlers training for the Olympics. Yes, the Olympics, the big ones. The United States Olympics, like the ones that go to Tokyo and compete and run, and you guys watch them on NBC. Those ones. That's what I'm competing for. That's what I'm training for. That's where we hope to be. Regardless of that, you're either here because you have been a fan of mine for a long time. You're a long-term subscriber, and you're just watching another one of my videos, and I appreciate you. Or you're a fan of the NFL, track and field, or just the sport in general, and you want to see who's the fastest, best at whatever sport you're interested in. Now, we have already covered the 100, the 200, the 400, the 110 hurdles, the 4x1, the 4x2, the 4x4, and that takes us to the field events. We are done running on the oval. We are going to now go to the long jump. We still have the high jump, triple jump, shot put, and discus, as well as a team final in later videos. If you're interested in those previous videos or the later videos, depending on when you're watching this, there is a playlist that you can watch of all of these videos together. So I appreciate your time, but let's get into this long jump competition. We're going to be going through four flights, meaning that there are individuals from every single team, and the best athlete from those teams, or the best marks from those teams, will be displayed here. So in flight 1, we have from the Buffalo Bills, Cole Beasley, 22 feet 7 inches. Now we're doing this in feet and inches. I apologize if we're not doing it in meters. I would usually do it in meters, but that's life. We have the results in feet because some people were competing in college, some people were competing in high school. It's all been converted to the English system. If you're from overseas, I apologize. Trust me, I prefer metric. Buffalo Bills, Cole Beasley in 22 feet 7 inches. The Miami Dolphins, Walt Aikens in 23 feet 5.5 inches. New England Patriots, Philip Dorsett, 24 feet 7 inches. New York Jets, Ty Montgomery, 21 feet 3.5 inches. Dallas Cowboys, Donovan Wilson, 20 feet 6 inches. The New York Giants, Alec Ogletree, in 23 feet 11 inches. Philadelphia Eagles, Rodney McLeod, 21 feet 3/4 of an inch. Washington Redskins, Mateo Nicholson, in 24 feet 3.5 inches. Now, like I said, these are results from whether they were a professional athlete, a collegiate athlete, or a high school athlete. These are results that we could find as actual statistics online. That being said, there could be an athlete you think that jumps considerably further than all these other athletes. I remember there was a guy in the combine, don't really remember his name, he jumped like 12 feet in a standing broad jump. That's insane. That's a very explosive individual. That being said, he might not have a track and field best result, so he will not be included in this list. Okay, and on to Heat 2. We have the Baltimore Ravens, Anthony Averett at 25 feet 2.5 inches. The Cincinnati Bengals, Alex Erickson, in 20 feet 4.5 inches. Cleveland Browns, Kareem Hunt, 23 feet 3 inches. Pittsburgh Steelers, Justin Lane, 22 feet 6.75 inches. Chicago Bears, Buster Skrine, 22 feet 9.25 inches. The Detroit Lions, Will Harris, 22 feet 1.75 inches. The Green Bay Packers, Geronimo, I think it's legitimately Geronimo Allison, in 22 feet 4.25 inches. Minnesota Vikings, Holton Hill, in 23 feet 5.5 inches. Now, if you don't see an athlete that you think should be in one of these finals or in one of these competitions, whether that's a previous one or a current one or one that we're going to do later on, feel free to comment that down below, and I'll try and pin the comment so that people understand that maybe I missed one. I'm not perfect. The results aren't perfect. I'm the announcer. If you want me to announce something, maybe it's a birthday party, maybe it's something else. I'll do it for you. Just let me know. There'll be a slight charge. Regardless of that, we're moving on to flight 3. The Houston Texans, Kiki Couty, at 23 feet 1 inches. Indianapolis Colts, Darcy Fontaine, in 23 feet 5 inches. Jacksonville Jaguars, Laurenti McCray, in 23 feet 2 inches. Tennessee Titans Adoree Jackson in 25 feet, 8.25 inches. That's a very good jump. Atlanta Falcons, one of the best athletes in the NFL in my opinion. Julio Jones at 24 feet, 2 inches. Carolina Panthers Marquise Haynes in 22 feet, 3.75 inches. The New Orleans Saints Tim White at 22 feet, 8 inches. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers DeAndre Hall in 23 feet, 3 inches. Now, like I said, these are personal bests. They're not actually competing, so when we take their personal best, they're just put into flights. That's just to show you a wider range of where athletes are at in the NFL, and for each team to have a chance at qualifying an athlete for the finals. Now, if you're unaware of track and field scoring, the scoring is all based on the final, and you have 8 athletes that go to the final, and then there are scores calculated for those 8 placements. Now, in a dual meet, you have athletes from each team that compete and make a final, and then the scores are added up. It's less about the individual performances of the athletes. Obviously, that's great for self-confidence and the athlete's personal best, but it doesn't necessarily correlate to actual positioning in the scoring table. That being said, we are moving on to the 4th and final flight, which in most cases would be our best flight if you're in an actual long jump competition, and I believe that is the case here. So we have the Denver Broncos with Elijah Holder in 22 feet 6 inches. The Kansas City Chiefs, Tyrann Mathieu in 23 feet 11 inches. The Los Angeles Chargers, Travis Benjamin in 22 feet 10.5 inches. The Oakland Raiders, I understand it's wrong, Eric Harris in 23 feet 5.5 inches. Arizona Cardinals, Bubba Baker in 23 feet 7 inches. Los Angeles Rams put up Jalen Ramsey with a phenomenal jump of 26 feet 1.75 inches. That is a legitimately good jump. San Francisco 49ers, Marquise Goodwin. Now this result comes from a professional meet. Marquise Goodwin is a professional track and field athlete as well as being a professional football player. It's a very, very rare breed. He's one of the guys that does it. He jumped a phenomenal 27 feet 8 3/4 of an inch. That is a very, very, very good jump. That's almost flying 30 feet. The world record is just 29 feet. Seattle Seahawks put up Trey Flowers in 23 feet 7.75 inches. Now, if you've been following along, you can do the math yourself. You could probably already figure out the final results. Now, if you were to do this as an actual track and field event, they would take those prelims, like I just said, those flights, and you would take the top 8, and then they would get 3 more additional jumps to see if they could jump further than their prelim attempts. Now, we're just going to say that the finals don't exist. They got canceled, and we're just going to go based on prelim jumps, meaning that we're just going to go off their personal best. Because every single person, oddly enough, jumped a personal best. Would you look at that? Jumped a personal best in the prelims. So, that brings our finals to, in 8th place, from the Kansas City Chiefs, Tyrann Mathieu in 23 feet 11 inches. So, that is a jump of 23 feet 11 inches, making a final in the NFL. Now, a jump of 23 feet 11 inches, probably 90% of the time will not make a final in a professional track and field meet. 23 feet 11 inches really is not that far when it comes to professional track and field athletes. Really, you gotta be in that 26, 27 foot range to be making those finals, to be a true contender. Next, we have from the Atlanta Falcons, Julio Jones in 24 feet 2 inches. The Washington Redskins, Monteo Nicholson, bringing in 6th place, 24 feet 3.5 inches. New England Patriots, Philip Dorsett, 24 feet 7 inches. The Baltimore Ravens, Anthony Everett, in 25 feet 2.5 inches. The Tennessee Titans, Adoree Jackson, 25 feet 8.25 inches. The Los Angeles Rams, Jalen Ramsey, coming in 2nd place, bringing in 8 points for the Los Angeles Rams at 26 feet 1.75 inches. A phenomenal jump. And of course, your winner from the San Francisco 49ers, a professional track and field athlete, of course, wins his event in the NFL at 27 8 3/4 of an inch for 10 points for the San Francisco 49ers. Now, what just brought my attention to it was there are a lot of sprinters, a lot of jumpers within the NFL. So I'd love to see which would be the highest point scoring athlete. I actually haven't done the math on this one. So I would have to go through each individual final, figure out who the highest point scoring athlete is. Most likely it's going to be the most consistent sprinter, and then calculate their total to give you the most athletic, quote unquote, athlete from the NFL. I think that'd be kind of an interesting one. If you want to see that, feel free to comment it down below. But that is our final results for the long jump. Like I said, we've already covered the 100, 200, 400, 110 hurdles, 4x1, 4x2, 4x4, and we're about to cover the high jump, triple jump, shot put, discus, and of course, the overall team total final. Now, this is my last name with a .com after it. That's my logo, and that's my logo up on a wall made of, yes, Christmas lights. Kind of cool. Regardless of that, if you want to support me, feel free to go here, check out the links down below. Do whatever you can. I appreciate all of it. If you're a long-term subscriber, you're probably here because you enjoy my content, and I appreciate that so much. If you're not and you enjoy the content, feel free to like it, comment it, subscribe, do whatever you want. Just watch the rest of the videos. I appreciate all the views. Anyways, if you are a new subscriber, you probably don't know that I end the videos in the exact same way every single time. And that ending goes just like this. Remember, be nice to people, don't hurt yourself, don't hurt others, slow down, don't dance so fast. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to look at the playlist that I've created of this style of content. Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.